Given the recent crash in both the stock market and the crypto market, I've been getting a lot of emails from all you guys asking me for my opinion. You see, throughout my now 22-year trading career, I've gone through many crashes. The dot-com bomb in 2000, 9/11 in 2001, the financial crisis in 2008, the European debt crisis in 2011, and finally the 2020 pandemic. So I think I can speak about the current state of the financial markets. In fact, I did a video last year about a possible stock market crash and talked about all the previous stock market crashes in the past 40 years. Now, if you want to check out that video, I will include it at the end of this video. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about the state of the current stock market as well as the crypto market and share with you my thoughts on what you should do during these turbulent times. Let's get started. Let's start off by looking at the US stock market, and the best representation of the US stock market is looking at the chart of the S&P 500 index. All right, so let's take a look at this. We hit a low in March of 2022, and ever since then we've been going up. You can see I draw this extended trend line, and if we zoom in a little bit more, the actual uptrend that we have been experiencing actually ended on January 20th or January 19th when it broke this trend line here. And ever since then, we've basically been going in a downward sideways trend. So you can see here, every time that it hits above here, it goes down, and every time it hits this lower trend line here, it bounces. But what we've been seeing is highs, lower highs, lows, lower lows, and I would not be surprised. I mean, there is some support right here. I wouldn't be surprised to see some type of a bounce, but we're going to face some resistance at around 40.63 on the S&P and also 42.95 right here. And if it can break through here, obviously the next target will be here. And if it breaks through here, the target would be around 4,900. Given a lot of negativity, it's going to be a low probability that we actually reach here. But again, we never know. But the concerning thing is that if it does finally break out of this range, then we could head much, much lower. And if it does break through this downward trend line here, my guess is that we're probably going to look at 3,600 on the S&P, or perhaps probably a very, very strong level of resistance or support right here at 3,400. All right, now let's take a look at next at the NASDAQ 100. The NASDAQ 100 consists of a lot of tech stocks, and this is actually an index that actually shows a lot of weakness. Again, you can see here, hit the lows March 2020, and ever since then, going straight up. And again, it broke this upward trend, essentially again, January 18th, January 19th right here. And it actually, with the NASDAQ, it actually hasn't been going in that type of a range. You can see actually making highs, lows, lowers, lows. It was trading in this range, and it finally broke this past week, and it's holding this very, very strong support level, really clinging on this level at 12,257. My guess is that it might try to bounce off this level, head a little bit higher before heading lower. So again, this is a very, very key level right here, and if it does break this 12,257, my guess is the first target is probably around 11,000, and then if it does break through that, you're probably looking at 9,700. All right, let's take a look at the next index, which is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Same thing here, hit the lows in March 2020s and gone straight up. Again, same thing here. If you were to zoom in here, it broke this uptrend around January 20th. Again, all the indices basically confirmed the breakdown. And if you look at this, with the Dow, which consists of more multinational companies, much larger companies, it actually is holding onto its own. And perhaps investors are trying to hide in less risky companies that are larger or multinational can withstand potential market crash. But it's basically just trading in this range, very, very wide range between 32,000 to 35,600. It is holding this support level right here, 32,050. But if it does break, we are looking close to about 30,000, which is a round hold number. I would not be surprised that it hit that. And if it does break 30,000, then we could go down all the way down to around 27,000. So right now the US stock market is showing a lot of weakness. I would not be surprised to see some type of a bounce and then a failure for it to go higher, and then the resumption of the downtrend. All right, now let's take a look at the Japanese stock market, the Nikkei 225. You can see here it actually reached a peak September 15, 2021, pardon me. It actually reached a peak before the US stock market, or actually broke down. It hit this double top here, and ever since then, you can see here on the Nikkei 225, it's basically trading in a very wide downward channel range. You can see always hitting this lower trend line and always can't go above this upward trend line. So my guess, same thing with the US stock market. It's going to basically, you can see here highs, lower highs, lower low, lower lows. So again, trending down. But the next probably target here on the Nikkei would probably be the 24,100 level. All right, let's take a look at oil. Okay, oil has been on fire since the beginning of this year, shot up and broke this $95 level at the beginning of March with the Russia and Ukraine crisis, and then basically retraced significantly, but you can see it's still in an upward trend. So it's still holding this range, and my guess is that there is some support level right here in terms of oil prices around 95. You can see that's where it initially broke. So it's still holding this $95 level. If it breaks, then you'll see probably not 85 or possibly 76. And it's going to depend on the US stock market. If we are going to head into a recession, if there's going to be a much deeper stock market correction, there's a high chance that oil will break this $95 level and head lower. The only concern is the oil supply is very, very low right now. And unless demand really overwhelms or underwhelms supply, then we should still see higher prices. Again, this upward trend line is still intact. Now, gold is often treated as a safe haven asset, and it's not performing well at all in this weak stock market. You can see it actually hit a double top, or hit its peak at March 9th, and ever since then we've been going down. Now the interesting thing right now is actually hitting this support level. This was a resistance level where it broke. You can see right here broke, and then now it's coming back to test it. So very, very key level right here. Gold definitely needs to hold this 1835 level. If not, then the next target probably will be somewhere along this trend line here, or perhaps a support level around 1760. Now the biggest reason why, and again, same thing here with silver. Silver is actually acting a little bit better, but it's still in a sideways channel, and a very, very important level here around $21. Now, as mentioned, a lot of the commodities, including oil, gold, precious metals, they're all getting hit hard, mainly because of the US dollar. Now, here is the US dollar index, DXY. You can see incredibly strong US dollar, making the commodity prices weaken. And that is really the key. With the US Federal Reserve being aggressive in raising interest rates, them trying to combat inflation, this has really led to a flight to safety for the US dollar. And in fact, but based on all the asset classes, the US dollar, holding US dollars is actually the only profitable trade right now to the upside. Everything is going down. Now, I also want to take a look at some stocks to kind of give us an idea what the whole US stock market is going to do. And Apple, which has a big weighting in the US stock market indices, is at a key support level right here at 151, 152. It's basically trading in this range, okay? Now, it might bounce here because it's extremely oversold, but at some point, if we see Apple break this 151, 152 level, you'll definitely see the US market indices fall even lower. So this is something that I'm watching very closely. Same thing with Microsoft. Microsoft is also a huge weighting in a lot of the US stock market indices. And in fact, it already kind of gave a signal already of a sell. So it broke this range. It's been trading between 270 to 315 for essentially since the beginning of this year. And it finally broke just 2 days ago. So could this be a signal that the US stock market is going to head lower? We're going to have to watch and see if it can regain its level. If it still regains this level, then stock market indices might have a chance to go higher. If not, it breaks through this 270 level and goes lower. Stock market indices are going to be in trouble. All right, the last US stock that I'm going to take a look at is Tesla. Again, Tesla has been incredible performer over, essentially since 2020, going from $72 all the way to over $1,200. And you can see, okay, key levels right now with Tesla. Tesla is reaching a key support level right at essentially 780, around 780 to 800. It's basically in this symmetrical triangle, and if it breaks here, then it tells you a lot of the risk off type of traders are essentially abandoning the stock, and perhaps it could have a chance to pull the market lower. Before I look at the overall crypto market, I want to let you know that this video is sponsored by bitget.com. They are a global leading cryptocurrency derivatives exchange that is ranked number 4 in the world for trading volume and have over 1 million registered users worldwide. Now, BitGet offers cryptocurrency trading in both futures contracts and spot trading for all the cryptocurrency pairs. Also, BitGet will be hosting its biannual global crypto futures trading competition called the King's Cup Global Invitational on May 20th. Now, this is an event where you can compete with other traders from all around the world for a prize pool of 200 Bitcoin. Now, join my link below to participate. As well, they offer many innovative products such as the one-click copy trading, where you can copy and execute the trades of professional traders and benefit from their experience. And also Quanto swaps, which essentially allows you to use your crypto holdings as margin to trade derivative contracts in the easiest and safest way. Now, they're currently offering a special promotion for my viewers, so if you sign up for an account today and complete a trade for the first time, you will receive a $50 coupon. Please click on the link in the description box below to sign up for a BitGet account and start trading cryptocurrencies today. Okay, back to the video. Now let's take a look at the crypto market, and the best representation of the overall crypto market is Bitcoin. So here you can see a chart of Bitcoin versus the US dollar. And again, after Bitcoin hit the lows in March 2020 of 4,000, has skyrocketed, has 64,000, and then retraced half of 50%, and then went to break a new all-time high around 68,000. And let's zoom in here. So ever since making that 68,000, it's essentially been on a downward trend. You can see here it briefly broke, and then it was basically in a sideways range for essentially most of 2022. You can see here, right, going sideways, and then finally just last week it broke that important level around 37,600 and basically went back to test this $30,000 level. So this $30,000 Bitcoin level is very important. It should have some type of a bounce here. Now, if it breaks 30,000, Bitcoin prices will definitely head lower. And there's some instances of people talking about Bitcoin hitting here around 24,000 or 20,000. So very, very key important level for Bitcoin right here. All right, let's take a look at next Ethereum. This is Ethereum versus the US dollar, same thing. Every coin essentially is following Bitcoin. And again, it hit an all-time high around almost 5,000 at near the end of 2021 in November, and ever since then it's been on a downward trend. And same thing like Bitcoin, Ethereum has been trading in a sideways range, essentially between $2,200 to $3,400. So you can see it basically trading sideways, and again, a very, very key important level, 2,200 on Ethereum. And again, you don't really need to even take a look at this. If Bitcoin breaks $3,000, I can guarantee you this Ethereum will break 2,200, and probably the next support level of Ethereum is 1741. All right, I'm just going to quickly go through a lot of the top 10 crypto coins, and a lot of them have lost a lot in value. This is BNB coin, Binance coin, essentially been trading sideways, and again broke a major support level, and right now, as long as it stays below 3280 or 328, it will probably head lower. Solana SOL has been on a downward trend again since hitting a peak in November. Essentially, it's been a descending triangle, break, and major support level broke at 78. Next level right now has to hold is $59. If that breaks, I wouldn't be surprised hitting 39, 40, and possibly even all the way to 20. ADA, Cardano, same thing, exact same chart, downward trend, hitting a peak here actually a little earlier in September 2021. Ever since then, it's been going down. Every time it goes up, hits lower highs, and in fact, it actually a few days ago broke this major support level, 74 cents, and basically broke here. We are probably looking at 38 cents, 40 cents for Cardano. Let's take a look at XRP, Ripple, same thing again. If I go through all the crypto coins, exact same chart, highs, lower highs, essentially been going sideways, broke all major support levels here, and then now it broke here. So Ripple is not looking good. Probably next target is around 35 cents. Now, the biggest culprit of this market crash has actually been Terra, Luna. Okay, they actually have a stable coin that was pegged to the US dollar. That peg has been broken, and hence this coin has essentially really collapsed. You can see very strong upward channel support. Actually, Luna was one of the best performing coins until this incident, which really caused the entire crypto markets to really collapse. And again, you can see here essentially has gone down incredible from 120 just at the beginning of April to now trading at less than $10. So we're back to almost really here where it really began. So right now I'm seeing the entire crypto market very weak. Now, it's not saying that it won't bounce, it won't go back up a bit, but I will say that a lot of the coins that do not have any utility or do not have any value, they might go to zero. And one of the things that I want to look back is during the .com boom and bust in the year 2000, a lot of these .com companies basically had no business model or a terrible business model, and slowly over time, a lot of them basically went under. And I suppose that a lot of the coins that essentially, again, have no utility, they will probably become worthless. So be careful out there. Thanks for watching. Please let me know your thoughts about the US stock market and crypto market. Are you positive or negative on the overall markets? Please comment below. I'll see you guys all in the next video.